The Samsung S22 Ultra. Finally a flagship Android that makes me want to move away from my iPhone. Usually I don't like big phones, often because they don't have any special or unique software features. Take the iPhone 13 Pro Max as a prime example. It is bigger and heavier than its counterparts in the range, making it more uncomfortable to use with one hand, and iOS 15 has no features that takes advantage of the extra screen size. You can fit the exact same amount of text and apps on the screen as on the tiny 13 mini. Other than better battery life, there really is no reason to buy it over a 13 Pro. However, the Samsung S22 Ultra has gotten me excited once again for larger smartphones. With the inclusion of the SPEN, useful for taking notes, and interesting camera features like the 108 megapixel main camera with the laser autofocus. Unfortunately, things haven't been perfect with the S22 Ultra, especially when playing games. I have installed countless apps that keep crashing on launch, or if you are lucky to get this far, during the middle of a game. I've never experienced this level of inconsistency before from a Samsung phone that I've reviewed. I did update the system software, but this made no difference, so hopefully it's just a minor issue that exists at launch. The display on this phone is incredible. It is fast and smooth with the adaptive 120Hz refresh rate that can go down to just 1 frame per second, which really helps preserve the battery life. Last year's S21 Ultra could only reduce down to 10 frames per second. Furthermore, to optimize your battery usage, you do have 3 resolution options you can switch between. The phone ships at Full HD+, and really for a majority of users, I probably don't see the purpose of changing this, as the image quality is still pretty impressive. However, something I haven't seen anyone mention in their reviews is the vignetting caused by the curved screen. I am a fan of this curved display, it feels great to the touch and looks pretty cool, but down the side of the phone, black vignette lines are visible, especially on a solid white background, which may annoy some people. What won't annoy some people is the fantastic outdoor performance. This has to be one of the best phones I have tested for screen brightness and being visible on a bright sunny day. Next up, we have the S Pen. This stores away inside of the phone, much better than on the Fold 3 that lacked a place to put your pen. There are no issues with the tracking, and the latency felt fine for quick doodles and taking notes. The pen can even track and anticipate where you are going to place the tip on your screen for writing a note. The only issues are the wobble when trying to write flat on your desk, but I am sure purchasing a case for your phone will probably resolve this issue. In addition, you can use the S Pen for smart gestures, and one of those includes using it as a shutter button remote for taking photos. The camera performance, just like with any modern smartphone, is more than good. There are 4 different lens options: a 12 megapixel ultra wide, a 10 megapixel 3x zoom, a 10 megapixel 10x zoom, and a 108 megapixel main camera. I found the S22 photographs to be better than my iPhone 13s, and this was even true when comparing night mode. You also have a lot of different video options for both resolution and frame rates, from Full HD all the way up to 4K 60 FPS. There is also an additional mode that lets you capture 8K video at 24 frames per second. I personally wasn't too impressed by this footage. It didn't look particularly smooth, and it had a bad rolling shutter effect. Surprisingly, I find the S22 a lot of fun to use, and going back to my iPhone, it felt very boring and safe. The same old design Apple's used forever, and the ugly camera notch is just so 2017. If you really want to buy an exciting smartphone that is a little different, there's one thing you must know to avoid buying the wrong phone, which is why you shouldn't ignore this video here, which will tell you everything you need to know about the Samsung Fold 3, a great alternative to the S22 Ultra.